Hello everyone and welcome back if you're returning. If this is your first time clicking on one of my videos, hello and welcome, and I really hope you do come back. So you'll see from this message, this is a spiritual guidance message. This isn't actually a twin flame message, but I'm not sure what the title is yet, but if you've seen it, trust you've been drawn to the title of this message for a reason. I'm about to record the twin flame message from your masculines. I'll do that after this, but this is just going to be a brief message, hopefully a brief message, because I've just guided to get a few cards out here and I'm just going to pull on what the message is that wants to come through. But I've specifically shown a card from this deck. Now I was shown the crumbling card, which is all about letting things fall away that no longer serve you. So this could be a message along those lines. And I'm going to use my Galactic deck because I had really strong connection with the Lyrians this morning in my meditation. So Lyrian energies come through really strongly, but I'm going to have a tap in and see what's going on. And I'll use the deck that I was shown in my mind's eye and see where we go from here. And I'm going to pull a message from the unicorn deck at the end. Pardon me. So let's do it. I set the intention with this message for all that connects with this message to bring through the highest vibration of unconditional love and healing and blessings. Channel straight through the cosmic heart of Venus. And so it is. So, and I'm not going to do my regular opening prayer, I'll do that in my twin flame one, but I'm just going to do a very quick version of that, calling in heavenly ancestors, spirit guides, the archangels of love and light, and the ascended masters of the highest pure divine light. I call you in now for this message of guidance for the collective. They're all open and ready to hear the advice, the message you have for them at this time. And so it is. We are receptive to the messages coming through for the highest and greatest good of the collective. Now it's so strange, I'm seeing rainbow in my third eye. I was going about a post earlier, I still might, thanking you all for your well wishes for my little Roxy. She is definitely on the mend. She's definitely on the mend. I spent hours the other night just stroking her and sending Reiki through and white light and praying over her. And last night when we went to bed, I just prayed like, oh, please let her be feeling back to her usual self tomorrow. And during the night we woke up, and the only time that we actually looked at each other, I woke up during the night and I thought I'm going to check on Roxy because she kind of sleeps right behind me with her head on the pillow, the other pillow of my bed. And I kind of woke up and looked around like this, and she kind of looked round at me at the same time. And I said, "Are you okay?" And she just put her head back down and cooed in like this and went back to sleep. And I thought, okay, she's fine. So I turned over and I went back to sleep, and that was us both till this morning. And I actually came downstairs first, left her snoring in the bed. And about half an hour later, she ran in, and she's just done her usual thing. She ran into the kitchen, jumped up on my leg, wagging her tail. I gave her usual morning kiss. And I said, "Do you want your breakfast?" And she was, so I don't feel like she's completely back to herself yet, but she's getting there. So thank you for all your prayers and well wishes and the emails and messages and everything you sent. Thank you so much. But the other thing I was going to say about this morning, before I got out of bed this morning, I was just asking for a sign. You know, I was like, please just give me some sort of sign that I'm on the right path and everything is coming together for me, because I've been feeling it. And a couple of days ago, I think it was Saturday was the worst day. I had really intense, and I've already spoke to a few of you who watch this channel already about what I went through. But I can only describe it as like a tempest inside of me. It was like a storm. And it came out of nowhere because in the last few weeks especially, I've been so peaceful, so balanced, so calm, just such in a happy place. And Saturday, this like honestly hit me like a sledgehammer, and I just kept on crying, and I didn't even know why I was crying, and I just felt like all this shadow stuff was coming up inside of me. And I was like praying and asking, what is this? Why am I feeling so negative? Why am I feeling so heartbroken? And I felt I was grieving for something I didn't even know what I was grieving for. And I was crying so hard. You know, when you're crying so hard, your face feels like it's freezing in position. And I couldn't stop. And it reminded me, it was very reminiscent of the time when my Divine Masculine I finally, I mean, I cried a lot, but the final separation, the first time was really hard, but the third and final separation that put us in complete separation, it was like that. I feel like I was reliving that. And Saturday, I was just praying for relief. I was just feeling like I was trying to alchemize. I was praying for relief. I was asking what's going on because I was feeling positive, but yet I was heartbroken at the same time. And Sunday, I woke up feeling okay. I was kind of smiling, but then it started as soon as I went into my morning prayer. So it came to Sunday evening and I was like, I don't know what's going on anymore. I don't know why. I've got this really sad feeling. And it's just, I feel like, as I say, all the shadow and negativity and trauma and pain, everything just come right to the surface. It's like all the shadow come up at once. And then I just, in that moment, I thought, I'm going to message my masculine. And within literally, I mean less than 2 minutes, the feeling went. All the despair, all the anguish, all the pain, it just left my body. And I went right back to being my usual peaceful, cheerful, calm self. So weird. So it was definitely to do with my masculine. So, and a lovely lady who watches this channel messaged me today and said about Black Moon Lilith and Mars being in conjunction right now. So that possibly could have caused a lot of it. But either way, it was amazing that it stopped as soon as I messaged my masculine. So some of you might also have been feeling that. That's why I'm sharing. I'm not sharing it because I want to give you all my life history, but it's because I feel like if I share things that I've experienced, and you might also experience them too, have experienced them too. And then of course I just got over that, and then I had Roxy on Sunday night, so it was hilarious. Hilarious now that I look back. I just had a few days. I feel like I was an emotional roller. Look what I just split the deck on. Lemuria on the bottom. This is why I've sold to get this deck of cards. What are you clinging to? I'm going to take this out because I feel this is overall energy, because that's what comes through in my mind's eye. But let's get started. Oh. I tried it. That did not go to plan. I tried to put my chime underneath on a shelf and everything fell. Oh well. So, what are you clinging to? So, now, there's a lot of this going on right now. And for those of you in the know, who know what's going on, you'll know that it's all timelines collapsing, which means people, places, jobs, things like that, that you once, you didn't feel entirely good about them anymore, but you just kept on going with it because you were going through the motions. But there's definitely something here about, you might be finding this week in particular, because I was guided to do this as a message for this week in particular. You might find this week in particular, there's a lot of major changes happening. Now we see it with like the weather and stuff like that as well. There's definitely a lot of changes occurring. So just trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? So I feel this is just to let you know, yeah, things are going to fall away. There's going to be tower moments. This is a tower moment. There's going to be these tower moments. You might be things happening this week that you go, why is this happening to me? Why is everything, why suddenly is people in my job, suddenly they don't really go on with me anymore? Why does my boss suddenly not like me now? Why, why is my neighbour stop popping in every other day for a cup of tea? It's just because there's something changing in your world. And everyone who's no longer aligned with you will start to fall away, will start to hold back, will start not to be in connection with you as much. So let's see. Trust your path though. I'm going to get some galactic energies through in a moment Tell me what else the collective needs to know at this time. Anyone who's connected with this message so far. The Council of Light. Divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. So, divine orchestration, can I tell you, is happening for many of the collective right now. In many areas of your life. But in twin flame connections especially, it's the energy of justice and divine intervention, divine orchestration is all happening. And it's subtle, as that card says, there's subtle changes happening. And the universe will whisper and whisper and whisper until you take notice. And then it shouts. And I feel this is the universe shouting. Like, it's time. You can no longer cling to these things. You can no longer cling to karmic situations, karmic relationships. You can no longer cling to these karmic situations that felt safe, even though they felt toxic, even though they felt negative towards you at times. You stuck with it because it was safe. No longer. So isn't that amazing? I split the deck on the crumbling, and also Lemuria was in the bottom of the deck, and Lemuria energy has come out. So, and it says Lemuria, creating heaven on earth is happening. I can tell you it's definitely happening. And as I say, those of you who understand and who know, feel it. And those of you who are looking at this message going, I don't have a clue what she's talking about, you will soon feel it. You will soon understand. And it's because the old negative cycles, the old negative timelines where we have been under the shadow of very oppressive energies is falling away. A lighter, brighter, freer time for all is coming in. And those of us who choose to move forward with that and enjoy the new energy will go willingly, trust our path, etc. But there is some people who are still clinging to the old timelines. A lot of masculines are, for sure. Mintaka, longing for home, the original light worker. So Mintaka and Lemuria are definitely coming through very strongly. So that beautiful mermaid energy, water, oceans, dolphins, that you just feel at peace. Hearing the sound of the ocean just makes you feel at peace. And it's so strange, my youngest daughter has a real strong connection to mermaids. And when she was a baby, she was a great sleep. In fact, I'm so blessed. All my kids were amazing sleepers. They didn't keep me awake at night at all. And whenever I put them down to sleep at night, we had our routine and stuff. And my youngest daughter, the one thing that kept her, like if she did wake up in the night at all, like when she was very, very little, she needed bottles or anything like that, after feeding her, I'd put her back down and I'd play ocean sounds, and it always put her over to sleep so peacefully. And even now, she still loves that sound. So you might be someone who really, really loves the sound of the ocean. It could be really calming to you. But you're a light worker. This is for my light workers. You can no longer hide behind karmic situations. Yeah. Now this is star seeds and star mothers. So this is all about mothering yourself. So this is for my light workers, for my star seeds. There comes a time where you do need to feel like you need to nurture yourself more. And especially when you're a starseed and a light worker, you do tend to give to everyone else and ignore your own needs. And when this card comes out, I always think of Mother Mary, obviously comes through, first of all. But also, what is your needs? What is your inner child needing from you right now? Compassion, support, love. Sometimes your inner child just needs more freedom. You know, as I say, your soul is your inner child. And if you don't allow your soul any kind of input into your daily life, you are suppressing your child, your inner child. And it's like an adult saying to a child, sit down and be quiet and don't talk. You would never make a 3-year-old sit there quietly all day, every day, and not allow them to speak, play, run about, enjoy life, have some freedom. You would never do that. And if you do that, You're not a good parent. Just saying. But you would never do that to a child. No one would ever expect a 3-year-old or a 2-year-old or a 4-year-old, any child, to sit and not move and to sit like a statue and not have any kind of interaction or move or play or have freedom. And that is when you're not allowing your soul, when you're not expressing your true authentic self, you're not allowing your inner child to have that freedom, that voice. So for many of you, it's a time to stop suppressing your inner child and just allow anything that's not good for you to fall away. And start using your breath more. Yes, see? Exactly. Time to dance with life. Do something to change your energy. And I feel for many of you, this is definitely a big thing. It's when you do something to change up your energy, when you feel negative, when you don't feel good, when you feel a bit stuck, it's important to do something that you really enjoy. And I don't want anyone to say, oh, there's nothing I really enjoy. No way will I believe that. Everyone has something they enjoy, even if it's just walking outside, walking in the fresh air, walking your dog, spending time with your fur babies, spending time with your children, whatever this is, cooking. I mean, I love cleaning. I've got a newfound love for cleaning. I get up in the morning and it's like the first part of my daily prayer. Pardon me. When I'm cleaning, I almost feel like I'm praying at the same time. And it's a weird feeling, but that's what it feels like. I feel it feels sacred when I'm cleaning my spaces and cleaning, and when I get down the floor and like cleaning around different areas of the floor and stuff on my hands and knees, it still feels sacred. So some of you might love to clean, and I wouldn't judge you for that because I love to clean. But there's something here. Allow yourself a bit more freedom to do stuff you enjoy, and allow your inner child to get the nurturing and love it deserves, which could definitely mean allowing it to have a voice, allowing it to have more of an input in your life. So let me see. Well, I'm going to check the galactic energies first. Let's see. Find some glasses. Okay. Put on my slightly stronger glasses tonight. So let's see. Can we get some energy of what's coming through here for the collective that they need to know? What does the collective need to know at this time? What does the collective need to know about the cosmic and galactic energy surrounding them at this time? It's working with them, assisting them. The star seeds. Been very quiet tonight, this deck. Let's see. I was told to get out this deck for a reason, so let's see what's come out. Oh, okay. So, Arcturus. So it says strong will, pioneer, forward thinking, change maker. So you're someone who, now the Arcturians, as I always say, are diplomats, are natural peacekeepers, diplomats. You could be someone who people naturally bring calm into a situation. Like in the workplace, if there's any disputes, we're like, oh, we'll call on such and such because she's good at being diplomatic. And in family situations, you know, if your kids are arguing or something, you've been very good at bringing some sort of diplomatic resolution. So Arcturians, natural peacekeepers, diplomats, but you're also someone who's very much able to be a forward thinker and help people to understand their potential and the things they're good at. You're someone who's very good at that. So the full moon, fertility, gratitude, abundance, and divine feminine energy. Now this is Empress energy, and I always love the card number 12. 3s and 12s are my favorite divine numbers. So, I mean, there's a full moon coming up as well. So it could be somewhere around the full moon. But I do feel this is more about the Empress energy and stepping into your full potential and birthing a new beginning. And number 10, just from talking about new beginnings with Pluto, I'm getting so many cold feeling right up my left. I actually feel like I'm standing on an ice cube. Suddenly my bare feet feel like I'm walking on an ice cube underneath the table. So cold. So it says Pluto, it says revelations, transformations, death and rebirth, Dharma. Interesting, because I saw a card of rebirth earlier as well when I was like, you know, in the pre-shuffle. So definitely could be an energy here of this new beginning, because I feel there is like forward thinking, new beginnings and transformation, death and rebirth energy. And that 10 is definitely the number of new cycles, endings and new beginnings. Anything else you want from this deck? So Arcturus energy. Definitely a lot of connection with the Arcturians as well. So the energy of Earth. Now this is Gaia. This is connecting to your Earth energy. So it says grounding, reconnection, home and guardianships. This is all about your stability with the number 4 coming through as well. Like 4 of Wands energy, your home, your stability, that Earth energy coming through. So a lot of you can be starting to feel more grounded and more settled. And if you're not feeling that way yet, then this is a call to get grounded and do more to ground your energy. Different ways, walks outside, eating earthy food. I always say people don't realise how very much grounding eating earthy food is. I sometimes just eat a plate of potatoes. Potatoes, carrots, beets, anything like that, anything that comes from the ground, mushrooms. But when you eat something from the ground, that is a very, very grounding thing that grounds your energy very quickly. Pleiades, card 28, healing, compassion, understanding and peace. So the Pleiades are definitely working with humanity right now to bring peace and healing and to help everyone through this difficult time. There is a mass awakening happening and there's energies trying to hold on, and you know, it's almost like, it's like a tug of war, isn't it? That's what I'm feeling. It's like a tug of war between, you know, the 3D and the matrix trying to hold people like this, and the higher frequencies, the higher dimensional beings like the Pleiadians and the Lions and Arcturians and the angels and stuff, all pulling on the other end of the rope, trying to pull humanity through into the 5D. And the darker energies are trying to pull on the rope, pulling people back into the 3D. And that's what a lot of masculines are stuck in right now. So yeah, so it's almost like a energetic tug of war. So let's see, any other cards from here before I... Thank you. Well, Mars and Virgo energy coming through. So, and Sagittarius on the bottom of the deck. So, definitely could be, now we're coming into Sagittarius season. Pardon me. So, assertiveness, force and passion. So, this is Divine Masculine Energy, card number 5. Number of transformation and change. Virgo, card number 19, again a 10. So far we've got Pluto 10, pardon me, Pleiadians number 28, which is a 10, and Virgo 19, which is a 10. So 10s are very strong here. It says practicality, patience, organisation and details. Now Virgos are very much the perfectionists. They like to have everything perfect. They like to be prepared. They will not go to a location unless they find out exactly what's there regarding restaurants, where they can park their car, how much the parking is, everything. And I know because my best friend of 40 years is, actually I'm saying 40 years, we've been best friends our whole life. That's why we're 50 now, we're not 40, we're 50. So one of my best friends is a Virgo. So I know, a Virgo. So I know what they're like. And so this could be saying that you're in a position now to be prepared for whatever change is coming in here. Or you could be dealing with a masculine who has Virgo placements and they're preparing. Or the masculine could, oh yeah, that's what I feel. The masculines right now are preparedness. So for those of you that connect with the twin flame journey, or even having a divine masculine counterpart, I feel that the masculine energy, with that Mars energy, they're being prepared. They're being, they're preparing, they're making sure they have everything, all the details in place. They're being organised. And Sagittarius, adventure, independence, flexibility, and free spiritedness. Card 22. So again, Sagittarius season could be very significant here. For many people's masculines being prepared to take some sort of action. So interesting. That is very interesting. I always like to split the deck, so let's see, split the deck. Mercury. Communication, swiftness, agility, and travel. And right behind that is Venus, love, beauty, sensuality, and pleasure. So some of you could be about to hear from your masculines, and there could be some sort of, you know, some sort of communication that's going to bring you both back to this kind of passionate energy. Can I get a card from this deck, please, for the collective regarding this message? About this letting the old fall away. Thank you. Trust. I trust life and my strengths. Each moment guides me to the light. Everything on my path is placed there for my growth. Now, that's another confirmation that there's been a lot come through here about divine orchestration, things happening to you right now that needs to happen in order to push you in the right direction. And on the bottom of the deck, peace. I am unwavering in the face of fear. I come to my senses and embrace challenges. I am determined to think with gentleness and calmness. I find inner silence become a manifestation of peace. So I do feel this is just a reminder. Trust the path you're on. Trust the things are falling away for a reason, because it's leading you to peace and harmony. Okay. So just trust that the path you're on is the right one. It's the right one. And if you're seeing this message, this is even more confirmation that the path you're on is the right one. I'm going to get a little rune stone here. So I'm actually thinking about when I was getting a tattoo with my daughters and my friend the other day. This is my tattoo here with a little red rose. Don't know if you can see it. And we were, it's actually a rose and an infinity symbol. I kind of designed it myself. It's got my kids' names in it and my masculine's initial. And when I was there, the girl who was doing my tattoo had a runestone on her finger. And I was like, oh, you've got the runestone for abundance on your finger. And so I'm thinking, that's quite a nice idea. I might get a nice runestone tattooed somewhere. So, Laguz. Time to flow with the sea. Fertility, source, the healing power of renewal. Life energy, death and rebirth, imagination, and psychic matters. So this is the one that came out, Laguz. Now, Laguz is definitely about going with the flow and allowing source to guide you, because it's leading you to some sort of higher way of thinking, higher way of living. It's leading you to a higher power. Life force energy and organic growth. The healing power of renewal. So this is death and rebirth energy again. Give me one more rune here. Give me one more rune for the collective. Then I'm going to get a unicorn message to close out. Thank you. Oh, Thurisaz. So reactive force. Directed force of destruction and defense. Conflict, will, vital eroticism, regeneration, catalyst, a tendency towards change. So this is just saying, this is basically what we were saying. The things that are destructive, the things that are catalyst to you, the things that are falling away, is meant to happen that way. It's a catalyst for change for you. It's leading you to this rebirth energy. It's leading you to this renewal and rebirth. And give me one more. So let's see. Give me one more rune. Give me one more rune for this collective message. I'm going to go and record your Divine Masculine message. Okay, Ken as vision, revelation, divine knowledge, creativity, inspiration, technical ability, vital fire of life and passion, harnessing your power, fire of transformation and regeneration. So I love how these three cards all depict what this message is about. How you have this rebirth, renewal energy coming through, but there's a catalyst here that's destruction, like, you know, somebody pressing that self-destruct button. That tower moment has to happen in order to bring you to this beautiful, discovering your own power and transforming your life. So, you know, this is a very important time, 333 on the clock. This is a very important time for the collective. Okay, let me get a unicorn card to close out. And I just know, and there she comes. My beautiful unicorn guide, Tanzia. So, Tanzia, would you like to help me choose a message for the collective to close out this message? Abundance. Oh my goodness. Abundance. Okay. Thank you, Tanzia. So, it says, your supply is limitless. Blessings will come to you now. So this is why I'm saying it's so important to allow the old to fall away here. Because there's something new, something more abundant coming into your life. Unicorns bring you abundant blessings and invite you to open your arms to receive them all. They remind you that you live in a world of abundance. All the prosperity you have ever dreamed of or desired is here for you now. The resources you have asked for exist here in the form of energy, waiting for you to allow them to manifest into your world. Dare to believe and receive in unexpected ways. Oh, and just, yeah, sorry, I was talking about the rainbows earlier. This has just reminded me. I asked for a rainbows a sign today, and I got 4 rainbows. Every time I walked into my kitchen, there was another rainbow. And I was just, I took lots of photos and videos. It was just rainbows, but it was very significant. And that just reminded me, because I don't ever finished that story, but I saw 4 rainbows. So when you want a sign, the universe shouts. The rainbow unicorn calls you to break the illusion of scarcity, knowing that you are an infinite being, receiving them an infinite source in infinite ways. There is no such thing as too much in this world. Desiring an abundant life filled with wealth and blessings is not being greedy, selfish, or soulless. Holding back your interest and diminishing yourself does help others to receive more. The universe is constantly expanding and creating in waves of abundance and always surging you in that direction. When you're fully aligned with the divine, your prosperity also grows and spreads without limit. When you live in a state of abundance, freedom and joy, you contribute more to the world than ever before. Than ever before. And you will no longer worry about little things like paying bills. Stay present and allow yourself to receive this. Feel joy and positive anticipation, knowing that all kinds of abundance are already here and more are on the way. Raise your thoughts, companions and energy to a state aligned with sufficiency. Express gratitude in advance for your great wealth. Take consistent action where guided and invite your generosity to fully pour forth into your life. Your action, now is the perfect time to take action. Take inspiring action for your dreams. Move forward with great confidence. So, thank you, Tanzia. And I'm going to go and record your love message from your masculines. I feel it's going to be a nice one tonight. All my wishes are nice, but I feel it's going to be an extra nice one. But I'll talk to you all in a moment in my next video, and sending you so much love. Namaste.